What's up everyone, welcome back to another West of Loathing video. Today we have episode 4 for you, and again, this game is hilarious. So if you're excited for another episode, go ahead and leave a like down below and let's hop right in. Alright everyone, here we are back in Dirtwater. I don't remember what we were doing last time. It's been a week since I've played. So, let's see. I think the last thing we did was go to the Shaggy Dog Cave and learned about that story. That was a long story. So, let's go ahead and just wander. Start that off. Button Willow, McKittrick's store. Sure, go there now. Alright, let's see what this has to offer. The woman behind the counter stares at you with a huge grin on her face. She gestures at the goods she's got for sale. Take a look. If you need to tie something, let's see if you have any needles. Oh. I know we keep getting options to forage stuff. We may want to do that. She does have needles. Or a needle. Okay. Well, it's better than nothing. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that yet, since that'll take away half of our meat. So, I'll remember that she's here. I forgot about the funny walk. Oh my gosh, I love that. Alright. So, we did the Daveyard. Did we do the desert house? You hear a rustling sound and trace it to a small gulch nearby. Peeking over the edge, you see a goblin rustling around in the bush. Presumably, it's a gulch goblin rustler. Always kind of assumed that referred to a different sort of rustling, though. It looks up at you and makes some angry sounding goblin noises. Let's see if we can do this. Frighten it away. You wave your arms wildly and shout at the goblin. Hey, what are you doing down there? Are you rustling? Knock off that rustling. Get out of here. Yeah, woo! The goblin slowly backs away with his eyes wide, then runs off muttering something. Against my speed. I'm trying. Okay, this is where that gang was. Alright. Let's keep wandering. See if we can find something. Let's go there. The sign says, Silver bullet making apparatus. Help yourself. Help yourself. The workbench has a little burner and crucible for melting silver things and some bullet molds. It seems pretty straightforward. There's a vise, so you could smash silver bullets into needles if you wanted to. You don't have anything silver to make into bullets. Make needles. Yeah, I do need needles. You squeeze the bullet in the vise a bunch of times and make some crude needles. You don't have anything silver to make into bullets. Okay. Go inside. Ooh. There's a note on the safe reading, I forgot the darned combination to this confounded thing. If you can open it, you're welcome to what's inside. It looks like a tricky one. The bookshelf contains 90 copies of Johnny Tremaine. There's something weird about it though. It's too neatly organized. Like, maybe this guy was trying to hide something. Ah, 10 Moxie. What do we have? Ooh. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I do want some more intimidating. Alright, so let's find whatever's secret on here. Turned out one of the books tucked behind one of the books you find a small envelope with filled with receipts. About half of them are from a shop called the Silver Platter. He was crooked. The silversmith was selling cheap fakes. Oh well, he's gone now and so are most of his customers. No sense in stirring up trouble at this point. You write down the location of the shop, might come in handy. Let's hit the road. There's a spittoon. A spittoon. At least it looks like a spittoon, but it's next to the bed. Might actually be a bedpan. Investigate it. What? Really? I mean, if it is just a spittoon, that's bad enough. But it might be a bedpan, and that would be way worse. Investigate it. I feel like maybe you aren't getting what I'm saying. We're talking about an object that someone probably uses when they wake up in the middle of the night and can't be bothered to walk to the outhouse. And the best you can hope for is maybe they only use it to spit nighttime tobacco juice into, in which case it's only full of rancid, congealing tobacco spit. I'm investigating it. Are you even listening to me, or are you just sort of skimming past the text? Bedpan. I'm pretty sure there's treasure in there, and you aren't stopping me. Bedpan. Shut up. I'm investigating. Okay, fine. Have it your own way. Your own filthy, disgusting way. It turns out to probably not be a bedpan, but it is definitely a spittoon, and it is definitely filled with rotting brown spit. Fish around in it. What is wrong with you? Bite me. Oh, good God. Okay, you plunge your hand in up to the wrist. It makes a glop noise, or a gloop noise, and breaks the thin skin of congealing toxins that was previously keeping the dire smell in relative check. Now you are choking in a miasma of oily, bitter chaw stink. You know that feeling you get when you're about to puke? How you get that taste way back in the rear corners of your mouth? That metallic tang by the root of your tongue like you're sucking on a carotid old penny? Just tell me what I found already. You found a filthy, slime-covered old brooch. Are you happy? I bet you're gonna put it on without even washing it first. Maybe I will, so there. Alright, good. I think I have it on. No, I don't. Okay, this gives me 1 armor. Oh yeah, I'm putting this on. Oh man, this game. Alright, let's go to our new location. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff up here that I need to go to. Alright, let's go to the railroad camp. Someone's left a bundle of dynamite on the ground. You approach it cautiously, verifying that it's neither wired to a detonator nor connected to an actively sparking fuse. What an odd and dangerous thing for someone to leave lying around. Take it. I got 4 dynamite. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Why aren't we moving? This guy should never be put in charge of a switch. He's too busy playing with his watch to get any work done. Ask where he got it. Say, that's a nice watch. Where'd you get it? I bought it from this gal that runs a store down south of here. Name of Buttonwillow McSomething. Oh yeah, I know that store. Yep, real nice store, real nice watch. He goes back to fiddling with his watch. Leave him to it. She's not getting much track laid, but she's an expert whistler. You approach the Belligered looking man with his tiny glasses. Howdy there, who's in charge of this outfit? If I'm being charitable, I'd say that fellow over there in the white hat is the foreman. He points at the man next to a huge pile of rocks. And you're not? And if you're not? He smiles. Then I'd say that paper-backed idiot over there in the absurd white hat is the fellow you're looking for. Alrighty, thanks. Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. You want to know something? I love trains. Oh? Ever since I was a little boy, huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts. They were magical to me, like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? What's that? Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the butt you will ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations, you're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Swell. I guess I'm the boss now. The man looks you up and down. Well now, I suppose you can't be any worse than the last clown. He extends his hand. Name's Smee. I'm your assistant. What's the situation? Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing the giant pile of rocks blocking our path. The surveyors say it isn't any other The surveyors say there isn't any other suitable mountain pass, so we can't reroute it. Even if we had the mouths, I'd take it. Even if we had the months, I'd take it. Any ideas? Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, you'll need a lot of dynamite. A whole year's worth, I figure. We used to keep that much on hand for emergencies just such as this one. But a pack of goblins stole it all. Sneaky little varmints. Alright, I'll get it back for you. Glad to hear it. The goblins are holed up over in Gustavson Gulch. It's a really rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and honing your fighting skills before you head that way, especially if you plan to go on gun blazing. We don't need that specific dynamite though. Any you can lay your hands on be fine too, so long as there's enough of it. I'll look into it. Trying to see if there's an option for how much dynamite I need, but the old screaming Leviathan. Yep, the good old piston bear. Please be still. Alright, let's go ahead and head over to Gustavson Gulch. Here it is. Pete spots something on the ground and picks it up. He spits on it and gives it a polish on his sleeve. Well, looky there. Find something? A lump ass like what you call jerk's gold. Is that like fool's gold? Similar, except it's poisonous. He throws the rock away and washes his hands with his canteen. Pete has grown stronger. A fancily dressed goblin steps forward. Hi, hello, being a mayor, welcome. Now going away, please. The goblin seems friendly, but blocks your entry to the gulch. Talk to the goblin. Can I not coming in? Sorry, only for goblins, being very private. Out-muscle him. You roll up your sleeves and show your bulging arm muscles. The goblin is either unimpressed or doesn't recognize the menace in the gesture, so you pick him up and toss him over the wall of the gorge. Cool. You hear a quiet rustling, as though a single goblin were rummaging through a cape filled with straw. Go in and beat the straw out of it. Alright. Oh wow, he gained a lot of strength. Or maybe he was just weak against the snakes. I don't know. You made that trigger happy, goblin. Trigger sad. Instead, you dig through the case the goblin was rummaging through, but there's nothing interesting in any of them. Rats. Let's see if I can go inside. Okay. You listen to the door. It's quiet inside. Go inside. The shack is filled with crude bookshelves. The bookshelves, in turn, are filled with crude books. 3 titles catch your attention. So very complicated numbers. All you can tell about this book is that it concerns extremely high-level mathematics. You don't have the vocabulary to understand any of it, and probably still wouldn't if it was written in English. Your brother would probably love it. Browse more. How to bird noise. This book is an extremely detailed treatise on the sounds that different birds make. You probably wouldn't expect to learn how to do an accurate great crested grebe impression from a book, but that's how detailed it is. Browse more. Alice Going into a Seeing Glass. This popular children's novel has been translated into Goblin. Jabberwocky still reads pretty much the same. Oh, it brillig being and tubes of slitting did in a way but gyring and almost skim bowling. Stop. Alright, to the next one. You listen at the door but don't hear anything. Check out the inside. Rats, look like the door is locked. Pick the lock. Make short work of the lock. You enter what turns out to be a delicatessen and help yourself to what turns out to be sandwiches. Probably. Goblin sandwich. There's no sound coming from inside. The shack is filled with thousands of tiny cabinets, each labeled with a number in Goblin. Keep looking. More random drawer. Keep looking. Okay. Stop looking. So let's see what I got in there. 3 armor, -2 moxie. Moxie determines how much damage your pistol attacks do and how much damage you take when you get shot by enemies. For example, if a ranged attack against a goblin would normally do 3 damage, but your Moxie is 1 higher than the goblin's, the attack will do 4 damage instead. Okay. Alright, it looks like my Moxie that I gained from other pieces of equipment outplays what it loses. Investigate the bed. It's made of cactus logs with a blanket made of woven together cactus needles that can't be comfortable. Check out the desk. The desk is strewn with folders. You notice one that says important secrets on it. Read the important secrets. You learn a variety of secrets, though the only one that's actually pertinent to your circumstances is that there's a spare key to the treasure cave in drawer 69105 in the storage hut. Nice. I'm gonna go back over here. Check it out. Look at drawer 69105. That's a lot of drawers. Gustavson Gulch treasure cave key. Spare. Leave. Alright. Leave. Let's go in here. You press your ear to the door and hear somebody delivering what sounds like lines from Hamlet, except in goblin tongues. From this vantage point, you also notice a sign to the door reading backstage entrance here at being, with an arrow pointing to the back of the building. Head backstage. You sneak backstage and watch the play from behind a curtain. Not only is it a goblin version of Hamlet, it's also been rewritten as a one-man show. I don't want to read that. To being or to not being? Oh, that is a question. Could it better thinking to suffering or crazy things and arrows? Or fighting so many bad things for stopping them because fighting? To dying? To sleeping, hey, dreaming, maybe. But, oh, problems. If dreaming crazy when living, what dreams having after dying? Wow, pretty weird, probably. Keep watching. You watch for a while. The bits where the actor has to do a sword fight with themselves are pretty entertaining. Nice. I guess I'll fight. Oh, okay, never mind, I won't fight. You listen to the door but don't hear anything. Check out the inside. Let's use our last needle. You enter what turns out to be a cafe and reconstruct a few cups of chicory from the leavings and various dirty cups and sinks. You stop to wonder why a cafe wouldn't be open at this time of day. You see a schedule posted on the wall and sure enough it says somebody named Gene. Gene is supposed to be working this shift. He always was a shiftless layabout, that Gene. Goblin chicory. You hear a bunch of gruff goblin voices gruffly gripping at each other inside. Head in, guns blazing. Alright, let's see. I think I might be able to make it. Yep. Alright, we got this. Cool. I was worried there. Alright. And we got the Gulch key anyways. Is there anything past here? I may want to go get that foraging book. Head inside. This goblin is paying more attention to their book, Goblet, than to you, but you're pretty sure you aren't gonna just be waltzing by. Spoil the ending. Hey Goblet, good book. What thinking about how Duratio is only surviving one at the end? Everyone else dying, poisoning, sorting, pow, blam. Ah, no, wow, spoilers! The guard runs out of the cave with their hands over their ears. 22 XP. Alright. This goblin guard is whittling a little wooden bird call, but they're not too busy to beat you up if you try to get past them. Try out your new bird call skills. You duck behind a stalagmite and do your great crested grebe impression. Oh! Gasp! A great crested grebe! Wow! The guard pulls a pair of binoculars out of his uniform and runs out of the cave. Unlike the other two guards, this one is being very attentive and seems very suspicious of you. Also, unlike the other two guards, they have a name tag saying Gene. Remind them about their cafe shift. Hey Gene, you're supposing working in cafe today. You forgetting? Oh wow, oh no! The goblin quickly takes off the guard uniform and puts on a cafe uniform and races out of the cave. Oh dang, I don't have any needles left. Oh, cool. Okay, I got the dynamite. Well, alright, I'm gonna go get that foraging perk too. Nope. Your heart skips a beat as you spy a floating cow skull in the middle distance. In the middle distance, it doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Approach it. Huh. Okay, we got it. Cow Fangs, Infernal Soul Fragment. Alright. Wasn't here. It was this one. That wall. Oh! Well, let's buy this. And then also this one. There we go. And we still have plenty of meat left. You read the book and learn all sorts of tricks for squeezing extra stuff out of cactuses and whatnot. Got a new skill, foraging. Nice. Unfortunately, while practicing your techniques, you accidentally squeeze the book into book juice, which it turns out isn't a real thing. Aww. Alright, let's learn a new cow punching skill. Gore, a skill that lets you attack an entire row of enemies. Here's a chapter written by a guy who survived 17 different near-fatal gorings. He learned a lot. There's a chapter about situational awareness and its importance when trying to survive in a world full of demon cows. There's a big poster you can fold out and practice punching. Gives the old 1, 2, 3, a skill that lets you perform 3 punch attacks in quick succession. I'm gonna do the old 1, 2, 3. You unfold the poster and punch it until you're extra good at punching. Unfortunately, you're not yet very good at stopping punching, and you punch the book to bits. Aww. Let me see if she has any more needles. It looked like she got a different... No, I guess not. Is this a lubricant or a lubricant? Both in a sense, because it's a can of lubricant. We may come back and get those disposable binoculars. A wispy, tattered little bit of infernal cow spirit just hanging out on the side of the pail going, boo, boo. For centuries we ate them. These teeth are proof that they decided it's their turn. Let's see if I can sell anything of any value. Alright, I don't need this. Oh, never mind. Alright, I'll sell this. Deputy's pistol. No. I'll sell this. Alright, everything else is not really worth selling. Let's head out. I want to eat something. Food. Okay. Gosh. All these were these muscle. There's a lot of fine tequilas in the West, and this is not one of them. Mysticality by 3 for the rest of the day. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Just kidding, you actually stopped at 1 tequila. It did kind of taste like a floor though. Good floor. Alright, let's head back up to the railroad camp. A wave of heat hits you from behind. You turn around to see a hell calf pawing the ground and eyeing you with ill intent in its dead black demonic eyes. Fight. Yeah. And then I want to... Oh, I need more AP. Okay. Brass bull ring. Alright. Let's see. I'll go ahead and add that. Let's go ahead and do that twice. Then I want to do grit. I'll go ahead and do tough customer too. Alright. Completely leveled up. Mommy, why isn't the train moving? Let's cartwheel up and do this dynamite. Any luck finding a year's supply of dynamite? The passengers are getting restless. Good. Perfect. This'll do the trick just fine. Hang back for a bit while I get the fellas to set up the charges, and I'll let you do the honors. Smee consults with the other workers and they inspect the rocks for a time. Eventually one of them shrugs, pushes the whole grade of dynamite up next to the rocks, and wires a detonator. Alright, let her rip. Sweet. Oh my gosh. Do it. Kablooey. Oh. What the heck is that thing? There is a very large and very angry looking thing. Guy? Standing here. Apparently it's a little peeved at having a year's supply of dynamite blown up next to its butt while it was sleeping. How are you gonna handle this? A fair fight, that's how. Pulverize it. Let's see. Oh yeah? You want a piece of this? You think you can handle this? Gravelneck? Come on, bring it. I'll show you the meaning of cleavage in the geological sense. I'll smash you into pebbles and use you to line my driveway. And what's left over, I'll crush into cat litter. And okay, I get it. Jeez, the monster stomps away. Don't you forget it. All in a day's work. Alright. That old metal, the old metal ram. Yep, the good old Cleveland Buffalo. Well, now that's a fine day's of work as I've ever seen. Much obliged, friend. We'll be getting the rest of this track laid down and head out now. Here, I'll mark our route on your map for you in case our paths happen to cross again. You discovered a new map location. The Manifest Destiny Railroad Company can. Thanks, but can't I just ride the train? Got a ticket? Nah, just kidding. Of course you don't. Every seat on this train sold out. Sorry, boss. Oh. Alright. Oh, wow. Alright, so let's... Alright, I think we have enough time to do one more thing today. Let's go here. Coal Ridge Mine. You notice a campsite off in the distance that appears to have been very comprehensively trampled to ruin. You discovered a new map location. Let's go to the destroyed campsite, and then we'll go to the Coal Ridge Mine. This knapsack seems like it's taken a lot of abuse recently. Most of the contents are trash from being stomped on. You do find a dented can of potted meat, though. You also notice that the knapsack has a knife sheath strapped to the side, but you don't see the knife anywhere. Tent is a real mess. It looks like it was trampled by a whole herd of cows. There's something odd about it, though. Yikes, you think maybe this used to be a person? Investigate. Wow, gross. Looks like the wolves been at this feller. Not cows? Well, maybe it was cows that killed them, but they don't usually chew on the bones. Take a closer look. What's this weird white grease around the chew marks? I don't know, and I ain't sure I want to know. No, hang on. I am sure I don't want to know. There are cow tracks leading away from the mangled corpse. It probably wouldn't be hard to follow them. You follow the cow tracks for 100 yards or so, after which they stop suddenly. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest nearby. Well, barn. Interesting. Alright. You find a pair of saddlebags slung over a tree branch. Stenciled letters on the side read, "Property of Fort All Dead Library." Dig through the bags. This bag is full of books, mostly boring military field manuals. You do find one of specific interest to you, though. Advanced Cow Punch in Volume 190. Let's learn a new skill, then head on into this mine. There's a chapter written. Okay, we got Gore, Ever Vigilant, Haymaker. Deals damage and briefly sucks. Okay. Alright, I want to do Ever Vigilant. You study the situational awareness techniques until you can read them with the eyes in the back of your head. Then you shoot the book into pieces because you don't trust it or anything else anymore. The book had it coming. Alright, there we go. There's a row of lockers here. Must have been used for storing the personal effects of the fellows who used to work in this mine. The first one is labeled Ellsbury WM and doesn't have a lock on it. The label on the second is covered with some kind of white goo. The third one is loose bend and has a combination lock on it. The first locker, Ellsbury's helmet, bottle of laudanum. Oh wait. The third locker. You open the door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white goo that was on the outside locker. Ah, you get it. This guy must have died after his co-workers played a prank on him where they stuffed him into this locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I can't believe you dang jerk stuffed me into the locker and filled it with shaving cream. I died from that, yells the skeleton, confirming both your insight and his vengeful murderous intent. Get ready for a fight. Oh dear. Oh wow. He has a lot of health. Perform 3 melee attacks against your target, doing 45 to 48 total damage. Wow. Alright, there we go. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the rope, then we'll come back and see what's down that cavern. Let me see. Okay, there's nothing down there. Head on down here. Bessie notices a camp of bandits before you do and dives behind a large creosote bush before they spot you. Capture them alive. You jump out of the bushes, getting the drop on the bandits, and order them to freeze. After tying them up, you march them back to town and force them to admit to their mothers what they've been up to. Out of gratitude, one of the moms gives you a freshly baked pie. Nice. Length of rope. I'll go ahead and buy these two, because we might be able to discover something new. Head over here, leave it be. Alright. And we'll travel back to the mine. Keep going where you were going, but I will remember that. Alright, let's go down. stones have little triangles painted on them, and they're in a triangle. It's very triangle. This spiraling shape is making you feel strange. Alright. Black fluid oozes from the vein. A scabrous mass sits below it on the floor. You don't like this one bit. It goes in further than you expected. It's warm. You're in up to the shoulder when you feel it. A beating heart. Rip it out. Oh. You don't like this one bit. You hate this spiral. Ooh, looks like this guy should have picked better friends. Dang. It's odd. Alright. I'm gonna see if that's the combination to it. To that locker. Bend loose. Alright, well, it looks like that's all the time that we have for this episode today. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you didn't, you can leave a dislike. If you enjoy the content I release, however, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date on all the content that I release. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.